here. Explain yourself. Explain this.
What? In my
Explain
20s,
this comment.
in my 20s, I literally drank 5 cans of 16-ounce energy drinks between the time I wake up and before the sun disappears.
Okay, then I don't ever want to hear you complain about a headache again.
Yeah, I have caffeine deficiency now, and my metabolism is fucking through the fucking roof. I can't even go 3 hours with needing to put something on my stomach, or else I'm going to have a fucking hunger headache.
Okay. Are you having sugar caffeine? Are you having sugar energy drinks?
I'm going to look at you, and I'm going to say this as politely as I can.
Oh my
You can
goodness.
take your aspartame and wipe your crack with it.
Not all things that don't have sugar in them have aspartame in them.
I'm a cane sugar guy, bro. If it's syrup, it's good. If it's anti-sugar, you can keep it on the shelf.
Okay, well, I was gonna do this offline, but since we have to talk about your addiction online, let me address the comment that you. Let me address the comment that you sent to me earlier. All right. Here's the message. It says, my damn metabolism sped up. For some reason, now I have to eat even more not to get a headache and still can't get above 150 pounds. You know why that is?
Can't go below 120 pounds.
Well, that was the next message. You know why this is? Do you think it's because your metabolism faster, or is that because you're lying to yourself?
Is it because I
is not from me.
Drinking 3 energy drinks a day? I've started limiting myself. The one between drinking unlimited amount was
the 5.
Drink 2.
Hold on, let me explain. Okay. Hold on. Let me break down what you said. The 5 energy drinks are just a small part of why this is happening.
I have a friend that drinks at least 2 to 3 energy drinks a day. And he's already starting to have heart issues. And the doctors have told him, stop drinking the energy drinks. Because when you go off the energy drinks, when your body doesn't get those energy drinks, you get a headache, you wind up crashing, and you could also have a serious, and I mean serious, heart attack. My nephew drank 1 and had to be actually carried out on a gurney by EMT because he had 1 energy drink.
Because he was susceptible to what it does to him.
Yeah.
My body actually craves it.
No. You become.
I've become addicted to it.
You become.
That's what I'm saying.
You become immune.
My body craves it. Is what I mean. Like if I don't have it, I'll get a headache.
So let me explain, because I also drink a lot of energy drinks. I'll have 3 energy drinks before noon. I said this to somebody. I have over 900 milligrams of caffeine before 12 o'clock every day. I also drink energy drinks, but I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry all day. The reason I'm not hungry all day.
I'm also constantly smoking weed.
I also do that. That's what balances it out. That's my caffeine balance. But I also know that that's not a normal pattern. Most people don't do that unless they're trying to counterbalance something. But when it comes down to it, the reason that you're getting hungry during the day is because you're going through sugar withdrawal. Mm-hmm. You're going through sucralose withdrawal. Bread, too much protein that you don't work off, sugar, and all of these things get broke down into sucralose inside your body, and it's all burned faster than any other fuel source. So this is what the whole ketogenics thing is about. People get mad at me because I talk about this, but I actually know a lot about this. Sugar is like jet fuel, and then there's other fuel sources that burn like longer and more efficient.
And
right now you're
respectfully, I'd rather listen to you than a biochemist.
yeah, I'm not a biochemist by any means. This is
That's
bro
a fancy
science.
word for doctor.
Yeah, this is bro science for I've tried this. You actually go through withdrawal when you get off sugar. That's why I said let me address your addiction because you actually go through withdrawal when you pull yourself off of sugar and bread. Like it's the craziest fucking thing. You'll start shitting and puking, and you get rid of all your minerals, and it's not good. It doesn't. It feels like withdrawal, and everybody's body runs like you could like. There's a lot of times you could actually fix diabetes with this, and a lot of people don't use it because your body's supposed to create its own. What's it called? It's the thing they give people that are diabetic. What's that chemical?
Insulin from your pancreas, sir.
Yeah, your body's supposed to create its own insulin, and it gets all fucked up because people create that sucralose inside their body, which acts like insulin, which it fucks up your whole insulin incret. What do they call it? Incretin system or something like that. I can't think of the actual name of it. I know I'm really goddamn close.
Yeah, it's a fucked up word. It's like 6 syllables.
Yeah, I know I'm really close to it. But either way, it fucks up that system, and it's just like if you were to take ecstasy all day long, you'd fuck up your serotonin levels.
You know how much I distrust biochemists? I've even told my people that I live with, if I just so happen to die.
But you know, what I'm saying is, if you wanna feel better, change your fucking diet. That's all you got to do. Change your diet.
I've done that. That's how I got here. I eat what I choose to eat because I don't like food. So whenever I do, regretfully, am forced to consume sustenance, I'd rather eat something that is tasteful, in my opinion, than something gross, sir.
Learn to make things that you tolerate tasteful. That's the best way I could say it. Is because there's a lot of things. What's that?
That's called meat.
You like meat?
Yeah, that meat.
That's fine. You can do it with just meat.
I have a steady diet of meat, caffeine, soda, and syrup.
Then you got to stay away from the sugar side of it. So you don't have a big bread problem. Most people have a bread problem because they want to put their meat on something.
Starch is like a substitute to meat.
Starch is also really bad. I don't eat potatoes either.
That's basically what I'm saying. If I don't have meat, I go to starch because that's the next thing on the list. I go to grain or starch because that is the next thing.
Yeah. That's what I say. Even whole grain shit like that they've told you was good for you. Basically, the food pyramid that we were taught when we were kids, it's
turn
the
it upside down. It works better. Yeah, we both agree. Turn it upside down. It works better.
Yeah, healthy fats are way more important. Animal fats, avocados, nuts that are high in natural fats. Like these are the things that you're supposed to be getting over a bunch of pasta or
you and I can both agree
bread.
that agriculture itself has dramatically changed our evolution and digestive systems over the 10,000 years we've been here.
Agriculture alone, I think, is responsible for the reason that my skin is the way it is. I think I have what's it called? Something. God. Whatever it is, it's autoimmune, some kind of autoimmune deficiency where, and I think it's because of wheat or flour or something like that. But basically,
I'm fucking with you.
No, I know. Basically, what it is I think it's because we started making wheat in a shorter duration. We could get double the yield, and we made it cure faster. We try to grow bigger crops. The whole thing's run by
the whole GMO. The whole GMO.
It's a cornerfield for it. I mean, I live in the Midwest. I watch it happen. Like all of these people have to buy from the same seed dealers. All of their nitrogen that goes into their field is bought from the same people. Like it's It's all manufactured for the same thing, and they're all paying off equipment. Nobody owns anything. Like it's the weirdest thing.
It's like a meme I have.
What they're
Just so
doing.
happens right here in front of my face. Remember Cobras?
What was it? Hold on, I want to hear it.
Okay.
I want to hear what GP said. What was that, GP?
What with cattle to make them bigger and all that is they're feeding them antibiotics, steroids, and it makes the calves bigger. The farmers or the farmers work a lot harder because when it's calving time, you know, and it's time to deliver calves, they actually have to put stuff around the calves' hooves to pull them out. And it takes about 3 or 4 people and a God have mercy on me. They use like toe straps, they use chains, rope, whatever they can get their hands on to wrap around these calves' hooves to pull them out because the calves are getting bigger and bigger because of the antibiotics and the steroids. And thank God, growing up on a farm, I've seen all of this. I've seen what other ranchers were doing, and we did everything natural. We didn't use any chemicals, no antibiotics, no nothing. And you know, our calves were growing up to where we could actually still use them for meat. Not like what they're doing nowadays, making, you know, steaks tougher or, you know, better with all these and steroids. Your food's this and your food's going to be that. No.
Let me give you another layer to it. So there's the giving them supplements outside of their regular food. And then if you look at what my area does, my area is the biggest corn producer in all of the United States. And the only thing they grow corn for is for livestock feed. And so they grow each of them genetically different. So this is all owned by the same company, Monsanto, as well. And they have all these different test fields. And what they do is each different variety of food and corn does different things for the cattle, whether it's help them if they're too skinny, help them if they're too fat. Like they're all genetically modified in order to fix whatever is wrong with said horse or
put on the table, man. That's what I was going to put on the table. And I don't want to say hopefully, but damn this human language. RFK Jr. is actually going to come in and put a stop to any harmful chemicals in anything we consume instead of it being below a harmful level. It apparently, supposedly, it's supposed to be down to 0 instead of below harmful levels, if that makes any sense.
All right. Listen here, artist formerly known as Bossman. What I'd like to say to you is if you drink milk, you cannot come to the table and talk about this. I'm going to leave this up here. Just think about your statement. If you drink milk, you can't make these statements.
If you looked at cottage cheese within the past 3 months in your supermarket, get out of my conversation. I've looked.
You're not welcome here.
At the fucking cottage cheese. Just fucking looked at the cottage cheese in the fucking supermarket within the last 3 months. Get out of my conversation.
Sour cream? Get the fuck out.
McDonald's is the menu. Have you ever seen a McDonald's burger a year and a half after it's been in the floorboard of your car? Imagine it is still edible. That's the craziest shit on the fucking planet. Why? Wood pulp.
So like Kirst just said, I think McDonald's has figured out the mystery of immortality. So we need to study McDonald's.
Thank you.
The ball is yours.
Thank you. You throw that fucking burger. Here we do. This is the test. Sausage hasn't bought milk in years. I said, look at the dairy aisle in your local food department. So there you go. Back to the point. Yeah, throw that McDonald's sandwich in the floorboard of a fucking tank. Leave it there for 5 years. Watch that wrapper still be in perfect intact, and that burger may not be warm, but that bitch is still just as good as the day it came out from underneath that hot air lamp.
The fuck? You can't milk a flaxseed. What are we talking about here, sausage? What are we?
I'm gonna milk your cat.
What part of California? What part of California are you living in?
What is your? Wait a minute. No. I'm walking away. I read too deep. I'm walking away.
Oh my goodness.
So, to another point, I'd like to ask you personally: Have you ever?
I want to leave this up for a little while for people to think about what they've said, and yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, just think about what has been said, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so my question is: Have you ever? Now, I know there's the rare occasion, like it's 0.01 something odd stupidity, but have you ever heard of a female being the one to flash to get a channel taken down? I've never heard of a female. I've heard guys. That's more of a guy thing. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, so wild one. I don't know if anybody was playing a tape or what it was. So have you messed with open panels before on YouTube?
I'm the reason why the other side of the street exists.
All right, man. Well, I've had some wild encounters on YouTube, and I've had weird events.
Is what I'm saying.
I've had weird events where 70 plus people will show up all of a sudden, and I have people calling in, and there's 20 people in the back chat, and this is before I knew what overlays were and shit like that, and I'm watching screens in the background to try to figure out what's going on. The wildest thing I ever saw was a girl. And she was clearly a National Socialist supporter. And
take the politically correct card from out in front of your space and please speak fluidly, sir.
I'm pretty sure you can read between the lines, but she's a National Socialist supporter. And she was playing DJ in the background, and and she had a flag behind her, and yeah, it was a little wild. That's probably the wildest girl I've ever seen. Most of the time it's guys.
Wait a minute. You're saying she was strumming the button all natural?
Yeah, beans were being flicked.
Wow, that's insane. Like
Hello,
I said,
Mudrabbit.
maybe the 0.01% of it happened.
Mudrabbit, Noelle.
I caught that.
Noelle has a question for you, by the
Sure,
way.
hon.
I do have a question for you. Would you be my YouTube mom, please? Like, I oh my God.
Oh, sure.
Sorry. Sometimes I get close to these people and I just Sorry.
What people?
These YouTube people. Some people say it's weird and
She appreciates the friendship is what she's trying to say.
Oh, I get it. I
Yeah.
totally get it. I've got a lot of friends online, and I made a lot of them back in 1996, and we still
really?
talk.
Wow.
We
Really?
still talk. Yeah. I used to go on Undernet and Downnet before there was a
Which
Facebook.
one? Which one? Which is it called?
Undernet and
Undernet?
Downnet.
I don't know.
There are chat rooms in there, and this was before Facebook, before the internet died, before any of that. It was when the internet was open, wild, and free. And
Is it gone already?
it's not the same as it used to be.
What is it called? I really want to check it out.
It's called Dead Internet.
Is it a bad place to go, or is it like a good place?
No. I'm talking about Undernet and Downnet. No. This is where they used to have chat rooms. If you had an Apple computer, you had to download Perch, and if you had a PC, you had to download Mirc, MIRC, and PIRCH, and then you could go into these different nets like Undernet and Downnet. Those were the two I went into. There was ConcertNet.
To talk to like this?
I'm sorry?
To talk to like this or just text?
No, it was just all text. And we would go in and have chat rooms. And I was a operator in Cool Breeze and in Mudroom. And we
Is it all drama or no? Is it
No. It's just chat, and we would laugh our butts off. We would have so much fun, and we would make our own scripts and we would have waves, which are sound bites.
I never heard of that. Wow,
that's probably before your time. But 1996 was when I got introduced to it, and
is this still around, or is it like?
Yeah, Mirc and Perch are still around. I don't know who you'll find on them. Everybody that was on them are probably now on Facebook or YouTube because the tech has gotten more sophisticated. I wanted to say hi, Zero. I'm sorry. I didn't say hello to Zero.
Oh, yes. Hello, Mudrabbit. Yes, hello, Mudrabbit. Yes.
Yeah, it used to be a lot of fun. We used to go in there and just my mom, me, and my son, and we were known as the Muds. And we would go in there and have fun and Cool Breeze. And it was hashtag Cool Breeze was our room. And we'd just go in there every night and chit chat and laugh and have a good old time. We made a lot of friends all over the world. And we had 2 conventions in Key West.
Yeah, I had a question, and I knew either Mud or Jacob knew the answer because it just escapes me right now.
What's that?
What is it called whenever you ignore people that you deem not worthy of your attention?
Oh, shunning. Did you catch that? It's shunning.
Yeah, I think that's the word, but I thought there was another word, like an A word or something. I'm not too sure. I may be confused. I don't know.
I'm trying to think if there's another word.
What up, Bossman?
Hey, Bossman.
I didn't want to, not egotistical, not I look down upon you. It's just that I rather ignore you than feed into you, so to speak.
I'm thinking. What's another word for shunning? Pretty much shunning. I'm trying to think if there's another word for it.
It's not that I'm ignoring you. It's like I'd give you attention, obviously, if you looked at me and started talking to me. But I'm not going to give you the same respect as I give somebody else who has already proven that they are worthy of my attention.
That's pretty much shunning. That's a Christian philosophy.
Silly Spike, I won't be back. So,
okay.
No, not you. This. Sorry.
Simon's nephew's here now.
Who is this?
Bossman.
I call him.
Why do you have? Hi, Bossman.
Oh no, I was telling Noelle.
Excuse me.
Noelle was asking
do you
about
have
Bossman.
Facebook? She has Facebook?
I do not have Facebook. I'm on X.
I don't have X. Like I cannot contact you.
No, I left Facebook a long time ago.
Why? Because drama?
Well, it also
stuck on my burger.
It's more of a personal thing. When my mom passed away, somebody said something very cruel to me and said something very cruel about my mother. And then everybody, including all of my internet friends from 1996, jumped on his ass about it. And it just got to the point where I thought it's no longer what it was, and I just left. Plus, that was when Trump was up and coming, and they were starting to censor people. And I'm not going to put up with that crap. So I left.
Yep, that's why I said it's all Zuck on my burger's fault.
Yeah, I'm on X because Elon believes in free speech and you can say whatever you want as long as you don't attack anybody. You have total free speech over there.
I even forgot about, there are certain phrases you're not allowed to say. And I actually found Trevor Moore, of all people, saying like the 2 or 3 phrases that you're not technically allowed to say.
Can you
unless
put
you're
me next to
stating
her?
at all.
The things
Oh,
that you
Boo!
the things that used to not be allowed that were banned before when the other guy owned it are now. You can talk about COVID, you can talk about vaccinations, you can talk about pretty much anything. You just can't threaten anybody. I mean, if you see me on there, I mean, Zero, you're on there. I'm following you. I get these idiots that come in there. You know, we Anons are talking amongst ourselves. We Anons know each other. And then you have some total stranger with 53 followers who's only been on for a month come in and tell you that you're stupid and you're paranoid.
Yeah, Anons.
You should see what I did to her.
I have to balance my
a
anons
ceasefire.
too.
I consider it a ceasefire between me and Anons because I blew them away.
I'm not in to argue with anybody. I've done research. All the other Anons have done research, and all we're doing is putting out the research we found. That's all.
And all I say, the difference between you and I is I have a name. And that's about it.
Well,
that's about it.
The reason that we're called Anons is because this whole thing. Wait a second. I'll get to you. We were on 4chan and we were told specifically, do not use names, do not give any identifying information. But now everybody's under their name. They're under their monikers. But at the time it was happening, we had FBI and CIA shills on the board trying to figure out who we were.
Oh yeah. Between 10 and 15, it was a battleground everywhere.
Yeah.
It was a fucking battleground. And the gains that we got was taken all away from us at the end of 2019, and that's what I'll state.
I don't feel like I had any losses. As a matter of fact, I've had nothing but gains since this whole thing started in 2015.
That's why I always said the economy and everything was kind of put on pause. Everybody was kind of like was stagnant, and a few people, like a few con artists, tried to do some shit during the time. Yeah. But it seemed like everything else was just kind of on pause. Like all the serious people were just like, all right, we'll get back to real life here in a minute, but we're going to let this play out.
That's the
Noelle
craziest shit. I heard some
Noelle wanted to ask something.
Oh, go ahead. I apologize.
Up, Noelle?
I wanted to ask you guys why you don't show your face on here. I'm sorry. I'm just okay.
Because in the original netiquette list, 10 items. Number 1, no personal information. Do not put your real names out there. Do not put your picture out there. And do not put your children's pictures and videos up on the internet. Do not. First, you don't have their consent. They're not adults yet to consent to it. And number 2, it is the biggest pedophilia shopping list catalog in the world. And everywhere you are, they can tag you. They know exactly where you are. The minute you go online, go on your phone, go on your iPad, go on your internet, whatever. As long as you get on the internet, they can find you. And this has been proven with the people, the influencers. There's been 3 of them so far in the last 24 hours that have come up and said that 2 people have come to their doors, private investigators, asking personal questions like, who pays you to talk about Diddy? And if we pay you twice as much, will you say the opposite?
This is scary. When we were talking about Peanut?
These guys got doxxed. So yeah, they can dox you very easily if they wanted to find you. And all they need is a picture to confirm it's you.
Mudrabbit, were you here when we were talking about Peanut?
No.
We were talking about Peanut the squirrel.
Oh, yeah, that was sad. They better not come on my property. They'll get shot.
What if they consider your animal a rodent and they need to exterminate?
It goes in my house, the door gets locked, and my gun gets loaded. I'm in Florida. We have the castle doctrine.
You have a question in the chat as well.
Excuse me, can I say something?
of course.
I always put my face on camera, so you can dox me right now, so people can. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying if somebody
but
really
I,
wanted to dox you because you put out some information that a politician or some bad actor did not want out there, they could confirm your identity with your picture. They can
How?
confirm your identity with your name. They're going to come to my house. I can deny everything I want. They can't prove shit.
Noelle, just for a slight example, do you remember when I told you the other day people were faking your account
Yes.
in my chat a
Yes.
couple weeks back? They were using your same profile picture that you use, and they were using the same name.
Yep.
Why would they do that to me?
Because there are people out there that run scams, and for the same reason, they don't want anybody to know who they are, so they use somebody else's picture. My picture's from the internet. Anybody can find this picture on the internet. It's one of those free photographs. No,
And
I
edit
was not
pictures that I
involved
get.
in the Patriot soapbox, but I am fully aware of what it is.
I'll stand on that soapbox.
Yeah.
And
My
so,
fellow patriots.
excuse me, I have another question.
Sure.
Why can't cops come on your property, like to go in your house? I'm
They
sorry.
can. If it depends on what they think is going on in there. If they're just coming up to ask questions, then they definitely need a search warrant to come in. But they're going to use every tactic in the book they can to come in without having to go get a search warrant.
I'm gonna have you rephrase that. They can't go in there if they think something's going on in there. They have to know something's going on.
Right. They have to know exactly. They have to
If
know.
they're still compiling stuff, they have to get your consent, and then as soon as you give them your consent, then they walk past needing to know anything.
Now, unless you act violently, unless you're acting violently at your front door.
Tag cursed. He needs in.
Go ahead.
Excuse me, but if the men in suits want inside or on your property, you have no right to tell the men in suits that they have to get off your property.
But I don't have to talk to them.
Because first and foremost, them men in suits allow you to rent your property from them. That's the bad thing about the government. That's why I'm against the division of humanity. That's why
this
I'm
is going to
against
change.
all these nations.
This is going to change. And we are aware of exactly how it's going to change.
And so, can I ask a simple question? So,
You might not get a simple answer.
I did. I said it's going to change. And we know exactly how it's going to change. Anybody who's been paying attention to the Anons, they know exactly how it's going to change.
Ask your question, please.
every night there's a helicopter go past my house. Like there's like past my house every night, and it's creepy. I don't know why. Do you know
live
why?
near an airport or an aviation school?
I live near a hospital, and
okay, there you go. They've got a helipad.
Why? Like every night, it's like it's like I'm seeing
Noelle, do you
these
live
are
in
emergencies. These
Noelle,
people
do you
who've
live
been
in a busy area?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
emergencies. That's
It's
how
just
they get
probably-
into the hospital.
And that's not even in Noelle. That's not even more.
I thought they were
Noelle.
doing something else. Like every night they go past my house, and it's
Noelle, that's probably like average numbers then. If you live in a
Right.
busy area, that's probably average. It's probably nothing to worry about. It's probably the regular amount of people that probably injure themselves.
Before I moved here,
I'd worry if it's 2 or 3 times in your direction in one night. Then I'd be like, okay, there might actually be a problem somewhere.
No, I lived before I moved here.
But
Before I moved here, I lived by Fort Lauderdale International Airport, and there's an air school, and the CIA has a hangar there, and the Army has a hangar there, and the Air Force has a hangar there, and we had helicopters going over our house all the time down in Dania. Now, what you have to do is you have to go out and you have to look at this helicopter and see what it looks like, if you can get a color on it. And then you go, well, wait, let me finish. And then you go to flightaware.com and you look at your area and it'll tell you what that helicopter is. If it's a medical helicopter, if it's a police officer, if it's Army, Navy, whatnot. You get that from FlightAware.
I can hear a little bit, but what?
You identify the helicopter. Look for the colors. Is it all green? If it's all green, it belongs to Army. If it's two-tone with a white top, it's more than likely police. If it's got colors like blue or red or anything other than green or black, then it's probably the hospital. And then
if it's
you
all
go
black, go back inside the house and stop looking at
exactly. And then you go to flightaware.com. I'm putting it in the chat here. And you look up on the map where your house is, and it'll tell you exactly what helicopter, its call sign, its number, and sometimes its pilot that's over you.
And
I said fuck it. Jacob smokes his shit on the screen. Might as well do it too.
Well, I'm doing it too, so.
You're good over here.
And so what
Safe
is
space.
doxing?
Doxing is when someone gets your name, your face, your address, and your phone number, and then they show up at your house.
Why would they have that? Did everybody show up to your house?
It's new age bullying tactics.
Yes,
Let's be
exactly.
simple about it.
It's,
No, nobody's ever showed up to my house on a doxing because I don't put out the information for them to do
Because
it.
nobody showed up to my house, and I've called them out on it. I've given them my address, I've given them my SSN, and I've dared you to show them up at my place.
They're not going to show up at zeros because he dared them. See, that's the whole point. If you're
it depends on
timid,
the person. If you give them a reason though, too.
Right.
Zero
If you give them a reason, they will.
Zero's a normal person, and like he's allowed to be a conspiracy
Yeah,
theorist.
but they're not going to harass him because of his attitude.
I don't give
Exactly.
a fuck. I'll hide you in my trunk and then help them search for you. That's how diabolical I am.
If you were up to some crazy things with kids or some other bullshit, they would be after you and they would find you overnight.
Oh, they'd find you in less than 24 hours.
Exactly.
They could find us all, even me. But all they're going to have from me is a signal, and they can't say for sure that I am that person because all they have is a rabbit with glasses.
Excuse me? I am scared to being doxxed. Yes, I am.
That's exactly
Noelle,
what this is. This is fear tactics. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Your house.
You don't want to be doxxed. So don't tell people anything personal about you. Don't tell them what you like. Don't tell them where you live. You know, you can give an approximation like a state or a city if you like, but you're not going to tell them your address. You're not going to give them anything. It's like, don't take candy from strangers, you know? Everybody on the internet, until you get to know them and their character, are strangers.
So Jacob can dox me if he wants to.
Jacob wouldn't do it. Because there are enough of us out here that know his character.
Noelle, do you remember the first time you ever came on my channel?
Yes.
Do you remember the guy that was on here?
Yes.
It was a gentleman by the name of the Monkey Man.
Yes.
He came on and he said, I'm going to look up this guy. And he looked me up by my name.
Yep.
And he doxed me on the internet. Do you remember?
Yep.
Yes.
And you said, why? You said, why is he doing that? I said, I don't know.
Because he's a troll.
I don't know why. Because somebody would do that. But
it can be done. That's why
it can be done. It can be done if you have any public record of yourself. Like I have a public I
do not have one. Can I say that on here?
I would just tell you, Noelle, you need to be very careful on the internet. You're a very nice person.
Yeah.
So you're very trustworthy. Like you trust people probably a little easier than most would.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
You like to make a lot of friends on the internet, which I understand. So, but you have to have a level of safety with it. Because
that's
the
why
internet
I'm
is full
showing
of
you the standoff attitude, ma'am, so that you can at least learn it from reflection.
And Jacob, like I met this one boy on Facebook, and my dad got his license plate, and he has like a kind of like a talking problem, like me, and it's totally fine now.
I love your dad because he got his license plate. See,
Yeah.
your dad does that. Your dad's doing
Yeah,
the
my
digging.
mom and
Your mom and your dad.
Your
they
parents are
looked up his
doing due
license plate.
diligence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They looked him up.
is that no, Ashley, he
As
come.
soon as he got the license plate, he knew who that person was.
Yes, and it was a very nice person, and he has like a talking, like what's that called? Like a what's that called? Like a lips, like a
Speech
lip,
Lisp.
impediment.
a
Speech
lips,
impediment or a
Lisp.
lisp.
lisps.
Okay.
He has that, and he has I get it, his speech and problem. I get it, and he's very very nice.
Where'd Zero go?
He froze up, and it looks like he's probably going to reconnect.
Zero, come back.
Excuse me, do you know what's like a lisp is? Like a lips?
I do.
Like
There's a
that?
lot of
Mike
different
Tyson
kinds.
has a lisp.
Yeah, there's
Like
a lot of different kinds of lisp too.
lisp?
It's funny that the word lisp is used to represent that. It's like you'd figure
It's very accurate.
Word.
It's accurate.
They'd use an easier word though.
Well, they had to go and complicate it by calling it a speech impediment. No, it's a lisp.
My government babysitter got angry at the things they were hearing and the things I was stating. I apologize.
Aw, too bad.
Plugging from my string, from my 10-pin technology.
Come here, Zero. I'll give you a hug.
And so, what about Zero? Is he a nice person? I don't know him. He's
No.
I would
reserve
tell
the
you-
right to give up to anybody I choose to.
Noelle, we're just joking around, but in general, I would tell you probably shouldn't trust anybody you know. You don't know me. Like I'm nice to you on the internet, but you wouldn't know what I'm like in real life because you've never met me in real life. So your trust level should be, surface level with everybody. Like, okay, they're nice to me on the internet. I'll be nice to them on the internet.
Yeah.
You got to be.
We're just voices and images and words on a screen. Disregard us. We don't exist in your physical absolute perception. We are merely pure entertainment. The dead internet theory is real. There's only about 12 of us running around.
Yeah, we're merely vapors.
And so the bunny character, like I met this boy on Facebook and I met him
I'm more AI than Bunny is.
Like, so I met him in real life, and so we went out to see a movie, and he really brought me back safe. And
Nice.
is that a stranger still?
No, your parents vetted him. As long as your parents vet him, you're cool. But don't do it without your parents checking into it. Your dad did the right thing.
And you guys are acquaintances now. You guys still got to get to know each other and see if you guys mesh.
Yeah.
Now all you know is that he's a safe guy because your parents checked him out. Now you got to see if you guys get along well.
So the next Friday, I'm going to a wrestling show with him. That's
nice.
And
does he like wrestling a lot too, like you?
He used to like WWE, but when he goes out with somebody, yes, he does. He's not. Nice. He told me about his life and everything. Yeah.
Sounds like a nice guy. I hope you guys have fun.
So Jacob, is that okay? He told me about his life and
as long as you're okay with it, yeah.
Like I met him on Facebook.
It doesn't matter where you meet as long as the right steps are taken. That's why I said you just got to be careful on the internet. You can't just jump into things.
And so he's 27 and I am 24. And is it okay to? I'm sorry.
That's a good age span. That's a good age.
To be fair, I want to verify this for everybody because I've had 100 people ask me how old Noelle is, and I told everybody I was like, I know she's over 21 because I've talked to her several times about this. She just stated she's 24, in case
Yeah.
anybody was wondering.
And next month I'm about to be 25. Next month, December.
Happy early birthday. My birthday is December 15th.
And so is it?
No, Noelle, what's your birthday? My birthday's December